Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is time for our weekly Tuesday training. And I don't do trainings like what you're about to see very often. This is going to be a come to Jesus, let's get down to business, to defeat the Huns type of a training. So if you are in for that, hopefully this will get you motivated and get you moving. So this topic is something that I believe in 1,000%, like 1,000%. It is something that helps me continue to grow my business, continue to build my team, continue to push me further to where I want to be. And it's the thing that allows me to work smarter, not harder in my business. So intention is our word of the week, okay? Brought to you by the letter I, okay? Here's the thing. There is no I in team. There is an I in the word intention. When I talk or you see me posting about things and I say, do this with intention, work with intention, or intentionally focus on your marketing on social media, things like this, that's when you need to pay attention, because when it comes to putting intention into something, you are actually giving it power. Okay, so think of this like a power up, right? Like pretend you're playing a video game, okay? You get a power up every time you use intention in your business, whether that is having a conversation with someone who has joined, whether that is deciding what to post on Instagram today, whether that is, oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't posted in forever in my VIP group. Post with intention. Talk with intention, have conversations with intention. I'm also going to touch in just a few minutes on how to use your host exclusive starter kits with intention. Okay, everything is going to include intention today. So, all right, hold on. Let me get a sip. We're about to get real. Okay. I like to pride myself on the fact that I have built my business on social media. I was not, when I started back in the day, right, before it was cool to do online parties and things like that, right? I joined in a time where it was home parties, events, fundraisers. That's what you did. That's what you did. And you did like pouch parties too, right? Where you'd make up a little pouch or a little bag and you'd give it to somebody and they'd pass it around, okay? Same thing, you just weren't there for it. That's what there was when I joined. And I quickly learned that I didn't have a big local customer base, right? They talk about, getting your friends and family first, right? Like going to your friends and family and then working from there, right? Getting referrals, reaching out to people you work with, blah, 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 blah. I did not have the friends and family who were there to support my business, okay? So that was a no-go for me, no-go. Even my mom, who I wanted her to have a party for me for years, never. Still to this day, never has, okay? Never has, but that's okay, right? Because my intention was to begin working this as a business. I had tried some events. I had a couple that went okay and went pretty well. And then I had a couple that flopped. And then I realized I had limitations. I have degenerative disc disease in my back. I cannot lift. My husband was working too many crazy shifts. Like we literally were ships passing in the night. I worked at night. He worked during the day. Then when I switched to days, he switched to nights, right? So being able to do that and not have babysitting at home, it just wasn't possible for me to have him like come do events and carry things in for me and help me out at a booth, okay? I didn't have that. So that was not going to be an option for me I couldn't get to the point to where I could literally carry things in, okay? That's how bad I was at that time. Fundraisers, again, had a couple that went well, had quite a lot that did not go so well. Not for me, right? I could have stopped at that point in my business and said, this obviously is not for me. I'm not meant to do this. I don't fit into your holes. I don't fit where you tell me I'm supposed to fit. You tell me that this is how I'm supposed to do it and this is how I'm supposed to be successful. Well, I'm doing it and I'm not successful. I don't understand. I could have quit. But instead, I took a pivot and I looked around and I had a really great conversation with who I consider to be my sponsor, who is my superstar director. And I talked to her and I said, I want to quit. I'm not good at this. Obviously, I'm not a salesperson. Still today, not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a home party person. I can't make this work. I just don't know. I really wanted this to work, but I just don't know. And she told me, you have to keep going. You can't stop. You have to keep going. So what do I do? So I started looking online and finding other people who were like-minded like me and trying to figure out, where can I fit? Where does my peg fit in the board? Because so far it wasn't working. I found some really great people that I still talk to today. And I'm proud to call them my friends, right? But here's the thing. I had to start doing my business intentionally. I had to start thinking about where my paycheck was going to come from every single month. Because even then, this was a side gig for Jacqui, okay? I had a career. I thought I was going to live and die at that career, okay? So doing all of this full time was not a goal, a dream, anything, right? I was like, no, mama's got to have insurance. Mama's got to have a 401k, right? I need these things. So this was not anything that I had planned, that I dreamed of, that I wanted for myself, because I already had a career. I needed that side gig to help pay the car payment, to help pay the bills, to get me and my family in a better place than where we were. So I had to remember that every single time that I sat down to work my business, every single time that I sat down to decide, what am I going to post on Instagram? What am I going to post on Facebook? What am I going to do on this YouTube? Maybe I should start doing some YouTube. What am I going to do? Because my end goal is to make my family better off. So what do I have to do? I instantly had intention. That intention is what allowed me to grow. It is what allowed me to continue to pour into myself. Do you know that still to this day, I still am constantly learning. Every single day I watch or I listen to at least one training, usually a handful, right? And sometimes those are done while I'm cooking dinner. I'll have my Google Nest. I've got one of those Google Nest hub things, right, in the kitchen. I'll have it turn on YouTube and I'll have it pull up a training and I'll just listen while I'm cooking. Other times when, well, not that I mean, I'm kind of a homebody now, right? But other times when I'm out running errands or things like that even, I'll put on a podcast, something that I know is going to be inspirational and motivating. Because you know what? By the time I get home running those errands, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to try this. And I'll either put it in my notes if I don't have time to do it then, right? I use the notes app on my phone. That becomes my brain a lot of the times, right, throughout the day. So then when I do sit down, I pull up my notes because it's on my computer too, right? It syncs there. And so instantly it's right there on my on my screen. Boom. Here was the idea. Now I'm going to work with intention. When I say I built my business on social media, it wasn't just me posting on social media randomly and finding different flyers to post. It was me figuring out how to be intentional when I posted on social media. Because like I look back now, right? And you guys have it too, I know, with the in your memories or on this day or whatever it's called, right? All the things, time hop, all the things, right? They go back and, oh, I remember. Okay, that's great. What do I see when I look back? When it shows me 9 years ago, this is what you posted. And what do I see? I see some, I don't want to say stupid because they're not stupid, but I see this flyer sitting there, this generic random flyer sitting there. And I sit there and I tell myself, Jacqui, that was not intentional. Was I serving anybody by posting that? No. Was it a sales pitch? Yes, it was. Did people pay attention to a sales pitch? No, they did not. And no, they will not for you either. I mean, maybe some will. I mean, 1 in a million. I don't know. What are the odds of the lottery? Okay. That's pretty much what you're doing when you are just posting a generic flyer and saying, hey guys, this comes out on Monday. I don't even think that my 11-year-old would post that. She would probably even throw in emojis and something exciting, right? Like, honestly, sit down and think about what you are posting on social media. If you're working your business on social media, then everything that you post should have an intention or a reason behind it. So when you are posting something on Instagram, for example, and maybe you're showing the samples that you're making today, right? Like I'm pointing down because like I'm sitting here at my desk, right? Like normally I'd be doing the samples, right? So maybe I'd take a picture, right? And what am I doing in that? Am I saying buy samples? Well, first of all, no, because I'm not selling samples. Second of all, I'm not trying to just take a picture of samples. I am showing how I work my business. I am showing how I serve my customers. I am showing how I say thank you to those who order from me. That's giving that post intention because I am sharing things that create results. Now I know, oh my God, if you guys can hear that, I am so sorry. My stomach is growling. I did not drink any bone broth this morning. I need some bone broth. We need to be paying attention to what we are posting and what we are saying in the comments and in the copy, right? The copy is your writing to your post, okay? So we need to be intentional with that. So are you telling them what you're doing? Because when people are watching you, and trust me, they are, when people are watching you on social media, this is what they're looking for. What are they doing? They say they work their business. What does that look? Nobody knows what it means to work our business unless they've been in Scentsy, even if they're with another direct sales company, right? Ours looks probably, it might have some similarities in different places, but for the most part, ours looks completely different than others, right? So when you are posting things, you need to be thinking about how that is going to sound to a potential team member. How is that going to sound to your next customer? How is that going to sound to your current team members and customers? And how is that going to capture their attention? So let's pivot a little bit more, right? Again, your social media, I like to say, should be sharing you and your business, right? So whether you want to call it the 80-20, the 70-30 rule, whatever you want to put down, okay? But here's the thing. People are going to join you, not Scentsy. People are going to buy you, not Scentsy. People are going to be inspired by you, not Scentsy. Is Scentsy awesome? Heck yeah, it is. Are you awesome? Heck yes, you are. And if you don't believe it, you need to change that mindset first and foremost. Your self-image mindset needs to change. And trust me, from somebody who's far from perfect, I will tell you, it takes intention to start talking to yourself properly. So please put that into your game, right? Put that into the things that you're doing every day. Give yourself a compliment first thing in the morning. Even when you wake up and the hair's everywhere and, you know, you got the pillow marks on your face or whatever, right? I don't care. Because all of that doesn't matter. What matters is in here and what you intend to do with your day. So if you wake up every single day and you give yourself a compliment, and I'm not saying, oh, Jacqui, your hair looks beautiful as I look in the mirror. That's not a compliment. No. Okay? That's physical. That's physical. It doesn't look pretty when I wake up. Okay? But when I look in the mirror and I say, you've got this. Let's boss up today. Let's take it up another level today. You can do this. I believe in myself. I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday, right? I'm saying those things to myself. Why? Because I need to hear those things. And who else better to tell myself the things that I need to hear? Because if I need to rely on somebody else to give me that, then you're missing the wheel on the car. Because you are the only one who can do that for you. And yes, your spouse, your best friends, and all that can probably tell you those things from time to time, right? And maybe you do have that spouse or close friend who is always there cheering you on every moment of the day, right? And that's great. But if you don't believe it yourself, then it doesn't matter. It's a wasted compliment. It's a wasted conversation. Because it's not intentionally given to you. You have to share yourself, and then you can share your products, your services, your opportunities within this business. I'm not telling you these things because I'm telling you these things because I wish I had learned them sooner. We talk about doing things on social media like TikTok and Reels and things like that. And I had a work session earlier this week and we talked about, or over the weekend, and we talked about Reels and doing things like that. It's fun to learn all the things, right? To learn the new programs, to be able to do this, figuring out how to do that. Oh, I was able to do this today. Oh, look what I created in Canva today. All those things are awesome and all those things help us with our business. But at the end of the day, that's not where our intention is. Our intentions are to build my business, have more customers, have new people joining my team, investing in my team and giving them the tools and the resources and the one-on-one that they very well might need. Because those are the things that are building your business, not the Canva, not the programs, not the apps, not the Reels, not the anything. So when you are posting online, and take a look at my Reels if you'd like, but one of the greatest things that I have found when doing Reels or TikTok or anything like that at all is serving my customers and giving them things that they need to know. Do they need to know how to clean a diffuser? I did. I was not an oily person before Scentsy started with diffusers, right? I had no idea about essential oils. I wasn't into it. Wasn't my jam, right? I had to learn how to do that. And I guarantee you my customers appreciate that. How to figure out the wattage of what bulb goes in what warmer. Do your customers all know that? Are you sharing that with them? That's posting with intention. That is posting to serve your customers. Because those people who are watching are going, oh my God, I had no idea. I could just turn the warmer upside down. There was a tag on, oh, that 25W means the 25 watt. Oh, hey Jacqui, I need 25 watt bulbs. These are the things that you can do with intention. When you put a post on Facebook, for example, and maybe you want to talk about your business, or maybe you want to talk about an accomplishment or what have you, you need to change that wording into how am I serving the people who are reading this? What are they getting out of it? Not what I'm getting out of it. Not because, oh, I look cute today. Psh, psh, right? That's not serving anybody. Now, take the picture, but then make your copy intentional. Give them something of value. Because the more value that you put out there, the more value you're going to get back. Now, you guys, I do a lot of YouTube videos. And every single week, I've got messages from consultants who are not obviously on my team, right? Or people who are thinking of joining Scentsy. And they're asking me, how do I do this? My sponsor won't help me this. There's an I in intention. Let me tell you from somebody who didn't have a sponsor who helped her intentionally. Okay? I could do this on my own. You can do this on your own. Hopefully, you have, because in this group, I know you have. You've got good upline and good sponsors who are going to help you. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, you don't need those people, because at the end of the day, it's all here. I can have a coaching call, a mentoring call with you right now, and we can go over a whole list, create a whole action plan, have everything out. Okay, this is where you want to be. Okay, how are we going to do this? We're going to set up some parties. You're going to reach out to these people. You're going to have some conversations, right? All these things, right? You're going to make up this whole action plan. But if at the end of that call, when it ends and you set the notes down or whatever it is that you're working on, and you set it down and you walk away and you don't touch it again, then that was absolutely pointless, because I can't do that action plan for you. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I can't. Because your intention has to kick in. Your desire to want to make this, whatever it is you're trying to make it, needs to be there. And no matter how inspirational or motivational or fluffy I can make it, is going to make you do it. You are the one who has to be able to do it. And if you don't believe in yourself, well, let me tell you right now, believing you can is half the battle. The other half is putting it into action. I did a video a couple years ago, maybe more now, and it was, you can't bake a cake by just reading the recipe. You have to be intentional and know what your goals are, and then you have to figure out what you're going to do to get to those goals. Let me tell you, I wished and I hoped for a really long time to have a successful business. Did it get me there? No, it did not. No, it did not. But when I started putting action into my every single time that I worked my business, because let's be honest, with working a full-time job outside of Scentsy, there was a lot of days it was 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, right? So I knew I had to be intentional every single time I sat down to work my business, right? I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people online talking to me about how they're working their business. How are you working your business? Oh, well, I did some posts on Facebook. Posting flyers is not going to be intentional. To be able to put intention behind something means you have to believe in yourself. Remember, that has to start with you. To be intentional, you have to know what you need to do to get to the next step. So if you don't know what you need to do to get to that next step or to meet that next goal, then you got to figure it out. So I would suggest, because there is an I in intention, into going into your workstation and doing some research. What are you looking up? Go into YouTube, for goodness sake, too, right? Go into YouTube. You're going to find tons of consultant videos out there about different topics, whatever it is. Do you need to book more parties? You've got resources. Do you want to learn how to sponsor better? You've got resources. Now, when you've gone out there and you've done those things, and then you reach out to your sponsor and say, okay, I've watched these videos and it kind of gave me a little bit of motivation. And then I went into the workstation and I saw, okay, in order to promote to a superstar consultant, this is what I have to be at. How can I put all this together? That is a conversation that I'm willing to have every single day of the week. Because why? That tells me that right then and there, that you have already decided and given intention to your actions. If you come at me and tell me, hey, I don't know what to do about how to promote to a lead consultant. How do I do that? What have you started doing? What are you doing now? Well, I asked a couple people if they wanted to have Facebook parties, and I asked somebody if they wanted to join, but I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You just aren't putting intention in there. Because that's the missing ingredients. That is the secret sauce behind everything that you do in your business. And you guys, I wish I could, oh my gosh, I wish I could bottle this up and send it out to every single one of you. Because when I learned how to be intentional in everything that I was doing in my business, the world opened up. Every time that I do a Tuesday training, I do it every single week, right? Consistency, right? Every single week I do this Tuesday training. Some weeks, yeah, something gets in the way, so I might do it earlier, I might do it later. Sometimes, there's been a couple of times I had to move it to a Wednesday, but I still did it. Why? Because my intention there is to bring everybody with me. And if that is my mindset, if that is my intention, then that is worth its weight in gold. So I don't let that go. I don't just dust it to the side and say, oops, I forgot about Tuesday training today. Well, they'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. But if my intention is to bring all of you with me, then I got to make sure you're coming with me. So I do these things. When I have conversations with people about the opportunity of joining Scentsy, I'm asking them right then and there, what is it that you want out of Scentsy? Some say a community. Some say, I want to be able to have more money for like groceries and you know, all the things, right? Like, okay, great. Some say, I need a side job, or I need to be able to do an income because I can't work right now, or I'm a mom at home with kids and I can't get out of the house, but I want to be able to do something. Okay. Then that's a why. That is what is going to give you intention, is that why. That's what's going to ground you and help you to grow those roots. Because every day when you sit down to work your business, whether it's on the couch, whether it's at the kitchen table, whether it's sitting at your desk in an office or wherever you are, then that needs to be the intention. I am working this because I can't get out of the house, so I'm going to make this happen. These are I statements, right? Because I starts with intention. I can't give it to you. I would if I could, trust me. I would if I could. If I could put this into a little pretty baggie and put a fun little sticker on it, I would send everybody intention every single day. I'd spend that shipping cost every single day. I can't do that though. You guys know that. You can't. Nobody can. Except for you. Because when you take and decide and make a commitment to yourself, you're the one who has to answer to you at the end of the day, right? Not me. Not me. Not your sponsor, not your best friend, not your spouse, just you. You're the one who has to be able to sit there and go, okay, today was a bad day, or today I didn't get done what I wanted to get done. So tomorrow I'm going to put intention behind something I'm going to do. And when I have conversations, I'm actually going to have conversations. I'm going to ask them why they want to join. What do they want out of Scentsy? When I'm talking to a team member, you're going to have those same conversations if you haven't already. If you have a team, whether it's one person or 25, you need to be having a conversation with them, preferably when they start. So hello, that can be a new system you put in, okay? Whole different subject for a whole different day, okay? But you need to be having that conversation so you know, because if you don't know what somebody's reason is for doing Scentsy, then how can you effectively help them? You can give them ideas, you can tag them in Facebook groups, you can send them a training to watch. But if it's not connecting to their why, then again, that is time wasted. Wasted time. That's all that was. Wasted time. Chasing down those resources for somebody who that is not their intention. If they're just doing this as a hobby, then why the heck are you spending time sending them trainings and tagging them in things on Facebook if this is a hobby? If this is a business, if they want to be able to make that car payment, then those are the people where when you're having that conversation of why are you doing this, what does Scentsy need to do for you, that's when you can dial in that intention. And you can dial it in so quickly just by having a conversation. Do you know how many times I see leaders? I'm talking directors, star directors, superstar directors even, who when somebody joins their team, they add them to a Facebook group and they're like, there, go check out all the resources. That is not helping a team member join and get involved in Scentsy. What is going to help them, what is going to serve them, what is going to be intentional for them is helping them to connect a why to their business. That's intentional because that's personal. And it's going to change from person to person to person to person. There's, 415 people in this group. I guarantee you there's 415 different reasons that people are working their businesses or not working their businesses. Not everybody's going to do it, right? Not everybody wants to do it. Not everybody has the desire to put the intention into working a business. Because let me tell you, I also did another video about this, right? This business is hard. That's the name of the video. This business is hard. This business is not easy. Is it doable? Yes, of course it is. Is it worth it? Hell yes, it is. But is it easy? No, it is not. If somebody is telling you this is easy, I'm sorry, they're sugarcoating it. They're just sugarcoating it. Because at the end of the day, you got to put in the work. You have to be able to sit down and say, I need to intentionally make sure I follow up with my customers. I need to intentionally go to my orders tab and I need to see who's ordered and what they have ordered. What did they order? Did they order just wax and warmers? Did they order a whole bunch of just one scent? Are they ordering laundry products? Are you noticing that every other month they usually put in an order for laundry products? She's ordering washer whiffs or that laundry love bundle like every other month. Hey, I can save her some money if I tell her about Scentsy Club and she can just create a Scentsy Club that will come out every other month, have that laundry in there, and she'll actually save money. Do you think that customer is going to be thankful when I reach out and tell them that? Hell yes, they are. So are you intentionally looking at your customers? Are you intentionally working with your team members? Because let me tell you, throwing people in a Facebook group is not intentionally working with them. I hate when I see that happen. Because that's when I will get messages on my YouTube. Oh, my sponsor has a group and I'm in this group, but it doesn't really help out because it doesn't, it's like stuff that I don't even know what I'm doing and I'm not there yet in my business, and so I don't really know what to do. Can you help? If I could help everybody, I would. I am one person one person who has intention, and my intention has to be focused on my group first and foremost. And then I can help others. Now, I try and do that as well as I can by doing these Tuesday trainings and then adding them to my YouTube, because I can help other people there too. But I certainly cannot be intentional with everybody at the same time. But I can try to be intentional to everybody at the same time. Because my intention is to bring everybody with me. And so if that means I need to do an extra training, if that means I need to have more coaching calls, if that means that I need to come live more for my team, then I do that. Because it's intentional, because it's serving a purpose. It's not just showing up and doing a Zoom and sitting there and talking about my day. That's not intentional, and that's not helping anybody. That's a blog. And if you want to do or a vlog rather, if you want to do a vlog, do a vlog. There's a space for that on YouTube. It's beautiful. I'm sure you'll get followers. But if you are going to trainings, if you are doing trainings, if you are working with your team, then the time that you allocate for that needs to be intentional time. It's not about how your day went. It's about what you're doing. It's about, here, this is a really great resource that I found. Look, this really helped me out this week because I'd had some conversations with people who were thinking about joining, and I shared with them our join special. That is, if they earn Shooting Star, they get this entire kit for free. That's intentional with my time. That's intentional with my conversations. That is serving the people who are reaching out. Intention has to be done. Like I said, it needs to carry over from the posting on social media to having conversations, and even into what I like to call the busy work, right? Making of the samples, making up a thank you bag. I like to do swag bags for those who do or sign up for Scentsy Club, and when their Scentsy Club processes every single month, I like to do a fun swag bag for them. I don't do that just because I'm like, oh, I got extra time today. No, it's intentional. It's written in my planner. I have days of the week that every single day of the week has a different, you guys know this by now. I know you've heard this. It has a different theme. So that way, I am intentionally making sure that I am touching all the aspects of my business every single week. Because let me tell you right now, this business is hard. If you want it to be a business. If this is a hobby, it is not hard. It is super easy and it is super fun. And you're going to have a blast, and you're going to meet amazing people, and you're probably going to get really excited when the new products come out and all the things, right? All the things. That's exciting. But if this is a business, this is not a walk in the park. This is not a get rich quick. This is not, oh my gosh, I want to earn $1,000 next month. I'm going to join this Scentsy thing. I'm going to do that. Because this girl over here, this guy over here says that they make $2,000 a month. Psh, I can do that. You can if you have intention. If you sit down and you focus and you really think about what are the things that are going to get me to my goal. And if that goal is a certain dollar amount every month that you want to earn, maybe that goal is a promotion. Maybe it's both, right? It's kind of tied together, okay? Maybe you do fundraisers or things like that. And so you're like, my intention is to give as much as I can to others. You guys, oh my gosh, there are some Scentsy angels out there. And I know a couple of them personally because I've had those conversations where they actually work their business like super hard, right? Like they are at it, they are working their business. And do you know that every single time they get a commission check, they donate their entire commission check? because they don't do Scentsy for themselves. But I will tell you, they bust their ass every single month, because for them, their intention to give it to that animal rescue or to give it to this organization is that important, that's why they do it. So if they can do it to give it away and to give to others and give more than they take, then oh my gosh, you can do it for you and your family and the people that are important in your life. Facts. Straight up facts. There are ways that you can plug into resources. We have so many resources you can plug into. It is insane. If I had had all of these resources when I first joined in 2012, I probably would have been a director a hell of a lot quicker than I was. Because I wandered aimlessly for like the first 2 to 3 years of my business. And then after that, it was harder on me emotionally because I had somebody who was supposed to be sponsoring me who instead tried to step on me. And I had to dig for that motivation. I had to dig for that intention. So is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it easy? No, it is not. I can tell you that I am not the strongest person. I have anxiety, I have panic disorders, I have stress, I have some depression, I've got multiple health issues, right? Nothing ever really comes easy. But when I sat down and I had that conversation with myself, what do I want out of this? What is this whole Scentsy thing to me anyway? When I had that conversation, I wrote it down. This is what I want to be able to make every month. This is what I want to promote to. This is where I see myself in the next year. I wrote it down. And then after I wrote it down, I took another piece of paper and started brainstorming. And I broke every one down into a chunk, okay? And I said, okay, if I want to make $500 this every single month, what do I need to do? Okay, I know I need to strive to hit that 2,000 PRV every single month, because you guys, if you hit 2,000 PRV, I don't care if you don't have a team at all. If you hit 2,000 PRV, you earn the monthly sales award. That is an automatic $600 paycheck every single month. That's not sponsoring. That's not doing anything but sales. $600. Is it easy? No. You're going to have conversations. You're going to have to be intentional with what you post on social media. You're going to have to reach out and have one-to-one building relationship conversations with people who are interested in our products and know what they want, how to help them best, right? All the things that we talk about. If you know what your goal is, you can break it down, and then you can put intention behind those actions. So if that is your goal, and now you know, okay, I need to sell at least 2,000, okay? Now I know that. Now, how do you break that down even further? How do you sell 2,000? How do you do that? You're going to have conversations with people. You're going to have parties. Let me tell you right now, parties. Because having parties is going to be able to push you out in front of even more people. The number one question I get asked in my YouTube, in my messages, at least half a dozen times a week, is how do I get more customers? You have parties, because when you have parties, your host is either sharing a link, or they've invited people to a Facebook group, or you're doing it in person, or whatever your party looks like, right? You're getting in front of different people that you didn't know because they were behind that person who's hosting. And so once you have that person host and have those people either order or attend the party, whatever it looks like, you now have more people to reach out to and to follow back up with. Because let me tell you right now, if you're not doing follow-ups, you are killing your own business. I don't even know how many times I've seen it where I see people just jump right in from the beginning and they're killing it, and their PRV is amazing, and oh my gosh, they got 2,000, right? They got the monthly sales award, oh my gosh. And then 3 months go by, they have some really great months, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, nobody wants to buy. Okay, are you following up? Well, yeah, I reached out and I asked them if they wanted to buy again. Okay, did they have a party? Are you reaching out to those people? Because you have to be intentional with the actions you're taking. We all talk about the IPAs, right? The income producing activities. But again, income producing activities is not sitting on the couch watching Netflix all day, making some samples. What is an actual income producing activity is making the samples, is not just making the samples, it's getting them to the people. That's the step that a lot of people forget. Because it's easy to forget, right? You're like all excited, you're making your samples, it's so cool, look at these, look at how pretty they are, I'm so proud of this. And then what happens? They sit in a bowl, or they sit on your desk, or they sit on the kitchen table, and the intention might have been there, but if you don't follow through with the action, then what was the point? The intention is what is going to get you to your goals quicker, faster, efficiently, and it's going to be what continues beyond that goal. Because let me tell you right now, my goal has changed. I don't even know how many times since starting this business. Again, remember, I told you, doing this full time was not a goal. Wasn't a goal, wasn't a wish, wasn't a dream, wasn't a moment in the day. No, it was not. Now, circumstances provided that is now what it is for me. So you can guarantee that my intention every single day with my business is focused. I am determined. I am ready. And I know that I can achieve more things if I stay consistent and if I stay intentional with the things that I'm actually doing. The secret to success is going to be intention. The other secret to success is going to be consistently doing the things with intention. I can't say it enough. One of these days, I'll have it tattooed somewhere. I just can't say it enough. So, if you haven't yet, sit down and write down what those goals are. And then write down how you're going to make those goals happen. If you need a coaching call, then you reach out to your sponsor. But don't go to your sponsor empty-handed. Don't just say, hey, I need a coaching call, and then show up. And when they say, what are your goals? And you're like, oh, well, I'd like to promote. Okay, how do you promote to lead? And you go, I don't know, how do I promote to lead? Then you are not prepared for that conversation. You need to be prepared. Because if you really want that, if that really is a goal, then you need to know. And you can look at it in the workstation. You can look at it in a catalog. Go to the compensation plan and you can see it there too, right? Look up a YouTube video. Do whatever it is that you need to do or how you best learn things, but just do it. Because you have to have the intention and the motivation, because your sponsor, your director, your upline, we can sit here all day long and tell you, do this, do that, try this, try that. If you don't, or if you only do it half-assed, then that's the results you're going to get back. And let me tell you, doing it once, doing it twice, doing it thrice is not going to get you there. It's doing it time and time and time again. Do you know how many Facebook parties I have had over the years where literally no one has I've done like live Facebook parties, right? And literally no one showed up. Did I turn off the camera and just walk away? No, I went ahead and I did it anyway. Talk to no one on the screen, right? Talk to no one. What was my intention? What was the reason for doing that? Well, for one, it gave me a little bit more practice of talking to the camera and showing the products and maybe throwing in some fun stuff, right? But for two, it also showed that I didn't need people to be watching me to be doing what I need to do, because I knew it was something I still needed to do. So you have to continue to do the things. Are you going to fail? Of course you are. And just like they talked about on the monthly movement, and I think on Incentive Bootcamp last week, it's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you get back up. You have to do things with intention. So change your focus, pivot your thinking, recenter yourself. Take a day if you have to, right? Stop scrolling. Stop binging the Netflix. Sit down and make your goals, and then figure out the actions you need to take to get to those goals. And I promise you, once you do that, you can't stop. Because if you stop at that point, then again, that time was wasted. You did it for nothing. You have to then take the action. And there's usually, or there should be, an action after the action. Post-action, whatever you want to call it. Because if you have someone join, then there's an action behind that, right? You now need to connect with them. What is their why? You need to know why they decided to join Scentsy. What is their intention for what they want their business to be, right? All the things. Those are the conversations you need to be having. And if you haven't looked at my boss strategy guide yet, look at my boss strategy guide. It is in the Google Drive in this group. You can look at it. You can use it. Print it out. Use it on the computer. You save it to your phone. I don't care what you need to do, but that's what you need to use to have those conversations. If your goal or your action is to have someone book a party, then again, the follow-up action behind that is, okay, now you got to set the party up. Now you have to engage with those people. You need to start building relationships with those people. You need to introduce yourself to those people, right? All the things that goes into doing a party. If your goal is to have sales this month and hit that $2,000 so you can have a guaranteed $600 paycheck, well then, your action behind that is follow up after they have their orders in. Because do you know how many times people take orders and never follow up? Oh my gosh, it would astound you. I've had people reach out to me who I don't know, but they somehow found me, whether it was YouTube or Instagram or what have you, and they have reached out to say, hey, yeah, I used to get Scentsy years ago, and my consultant never sent me any thank yous or anything, and when you sent me that thank you, I was just so surprised. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. Thank you. Oh my gosh, are you telling me that people are not following up? Yeah, people are not following up, and that's how you lose those customers. Because here's the really great thing about Scentsy too. Y'all, we have consumable products. And we have quality products, might I add. But they're consumable. So when people love how our fragrance, whether it's in wax or the counter clean or in the laundry or in the pet shampoo, whatever it is, if they love it, then they'll be buying it again when they need it again. And who are they going to buy it from? Are you going to make sure it's you? Then you better be following up. And I'm not telling you that it needs to cost you an arm and a leg to send this happy mail and to do this and to do that. Don't do those things until you have the ability to do those things. But I will tell you, just like I've said it a million times, writing a thank you note and sending it in the mail speaks volumes. sending a text, sending a personalized message on Facebook even. Thank you so much for your order. I truly appreciate it. I'm a mama-made business. I work my business during nap time, and your purchase just, it made the world to me. Thank you so much. Boom. Is that going to have an impact with somebody? More than likely. It definitely will have more of an impact if you didn't say anything, because then they're like, oh, I was just a sale to that person, obviously, because I've never heard from them again. I'm going to try another Scentsy Consultant next time because I see other consultants who say thank you, right? Again, it doesn't have to be the big fancy things that you're giving away. It's how you treat people. It's how you build relationships with those people who are your customers, who are your team members, and who are your future team members and customers. Because again, you're posting online, they may not like they may not like the post, they may not comment on the post, but trust me, they are watching. Intention starts with you, and you have to have it. I can't give it to you. You have to have it. So find it if you don't have it. If you do have it, now you know what your next step needs to do. Your call to action today is to sit down and write your 3 goals. 3. I don't care what they're about. I don't care if they're silly. I don't want to see them. This is for you. Write them down. And then write down the actions you need to take or that you think you need to take to hit those goals. If you aren't exactly sure, reach out to your sponsor with saying, all right, I've got some goals I've written down. I've got a couple things that I think might work to hit those goals, but I need help. Am I on the right track or am I not on the right track? Or can I do this better? That is a conversation to have. That is not going to be time wasted. That is you being intentional with what you want to do. And if you can't get a hold of your sponsor, keep going up the ladder. You've got a director, you've got a star director, you've got this amazing group, you've got our superstar director. I guarantee you that when you reach out with your goals in hand and with your intention with it, you are going to find people who will help you. And maybe, yes, your sponsor maybe can't get to you right now. It's not life or death though, right? So if they reach back and they say, yeah, I can get to you, but it'll be in a couple days. I got a lot going on right now. No problem. In the meantime, that doesn't mean you just sit and twiddle your thumbs, right? Because you're going to be intentional about your business. You're going to start looking at the workstation. You're going to start watching some other trainings that maybe you've missed. Because I can tell you, I show up for happy hour every single Sunday. I don't see everybody on happy hour. Start showing up to those options and those opportunities you have to show up, because you're going to learn things. Maybe it's not going to be a mind-blowing, oh my gosh, now I know everything. But I guarantee you're going to walk away with at least one takeaway from whatever it is. And you're probably going to build relationships with other consultants that you wouldn't have had. And let me tell you, those relationships with other consultants are what is going to help you keep your intention fire lit. I can't say it any better than that. So, never give up. Jess, you're exactly right. Never give up. Learn to rest, not to quit. Keep going and put intention behind every single thing you do. I love you all. Bye.